They called him San Iker Saint Iker, a name whispered with reverence, a title earned not through divine right, but through years of miraculous saves and unwavering devotion. He was the saint who guarded Spain's dreams, the last line of defense for a nation that dared to believe. This is the story of Iker Casillas, a legend whose gloves were woven with the fabric of history. Imagine being a kid just 9 years old and walking through the gates of Real Madrid's legendary training ground. For young Iker, this wasn't just a dream. It was the beginning of an epic journey. He grew up in the shadow of the Santiago Bernabéu, his talent nurtured by the very club he idolized. By the time he was a teenager, he wasn't just a prospect. He was a phenomenon. His debut in the Champions League at just 18 years old wasn't just a milestone, it was a declaration. A new king was ready to claim the throne between the posts. From that moment on, Casillas became synonymous with Real Madrid. He was the beating heart of the Galacticos era, a constant presence of calm amidst a whirlwind of attacking superstars. While names like Zidane, Ronaldo, and Beckham graced the headlines for their goals, it was Casillas who so often secured the victories with his breathtaking reflexes. He wasn't just a shot stopper. He was a master of anticipation, a commander of his penalty area. His one-on-one saves became his signature, a seemingly impossible act of defiance against the world's best strikers. He'd make himself big, stand his ground, and time again emerge victorious. He won everything there was to win with Los Blancos Liga titles, Copa del Rey trophies, and the coveted Champions League, lifting it as captain. But his legacy extends far beyond the confines of club football. For the Spanish national team, La Furia Roja, Iker Casillas was more than a captain. He was a symbol of hope. For decades, Spain was the perennial underachiever, a team bursting with talent but always falling short on the biggest stage. Casillas was part of a golden generation that was determined to rewrite that narrative. Euro 2008 was the turning point. In the quarterfinal against Italy, a historic nemesis, the match went to penalties. The weight of a nation rested on his shoulders. With 2 crucial saves, he broke the curse, exorcising the ghosts of failures past. Spain went on to win the tournament, their first major trophy in 44 years, and Casillas, the captain, lifted it high. 2 years later, in South Africa, came his defining moment. The 2010 World Cup final. Spain versus the Netherlands. The score is locked at 0-0. Arjen Robben breaks through, one-on-one with Casillas. The world holds its breath. It's a moment that could shatter a nation's dream. But this is San Iker. As Robben shoots, Casillas extends his right foot, a last-ditch instinctive act of genius that deflects the ball wide. It was more than a save. It was the hand, or rather, the foot of a guardian angel. Spain would go on to score, and Casillas would become the first Spanish captain to lift the World Cup trophy. His hands, which had saved his country, now delivered its greatest prize. The image of him, tears streaming down his face, is etched into the soul of football. He completed the historic treble by leading Spain to victory again at Euro 2012, cementing their status as one of the greatest international teams of all time. Through it all, Casillas remained a figure of profound humility and grace. He was a leader who led not with shouts, but with his quiet confidence and fearless example. He was respected by teammates and revered by rivals. Legends like Gianluigi Buffon and Oliver Kahn spoke of him not as a competitor, but as a peer, a fellow custodian of the goalkeeping art. Even after a heart-wrenching departure from his boyhood club and a health scare that ultimately ended his career, his spirit never wavered. Iker Casillas represents the very best of football. He taught us that leadership is about composure under pressure, that greatness is found in humility, and that sometimes the most important moments aren't the goals you score, but the ones you prevent. He wasn't just a goalkeeper. He was a guardian of football's soul, a true legend whose story will be told for generations to come. Thank you so much for watching. If you were inspired by the story of San Iker, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more stories about the beautiful game's just greatest icons. We'll see you in the next one.